Hey guys, back for another market update. So today is Monday, the 17th of January. So doing a weekly outlook. Today was fairly quiet in the market, mainly because it was Martin Luther King Day here in the US. So banks are closed, public holiday, US market is closed, so fairly quiet. However, looking like some really good setups coming into this week. So last 2 weeks, I've shared some really easy setups on here and in the free Discord as well. So if you're just watching this on YouTube, make sure you jump in the free Discord, as I do post in there about entries and things like that. I'm going to be trying to be a bit more active on it going forward now that we're halfway through January. The market's starting to rev up. We should have a really big year. So let's first have a look at the dollar. So the dollar, as I've been saying, guys, since when I've been posting in this channel since November. I've been looking for the dollar to make a correction from 96.8, 97 back down towards 94, 94.5, and it's exactly what is happening right now. So really looking good. Seeing some really nice moves in the market because of that. So let's now go down to the daily. Let's just go to the 4 actually. What I'm looking for is a dollar is actually retesting 95.250. If it can respect here, which I'm seeing in price action right now that indicates it will, then we will see a continuation lower into that 94 region that I'm talking about, which would be really good to push up some of our cross US dollar pairs, such as, let's have a look at Australian dollar. So just cleaned up the charts here a little bit. Broke, what is this? 0.71900 last week, pushed up into 0.73, came back below as he failed to find support here at 0.728. It did look good. So I did update on this last week. I say you can look for bias in this level along with NZDUSD, but only trade one. The reason for that is because they're pushing into key levels, in this case 0.73, and you don't want to overexpose your account to the US dollar, just in case the setup doesn't play out. Because no matter how good price action looks, sometimes setups just don't play out. You're going to have wins, you're going to have losses. As you'll see when I look at NZDUSD, we've had a shitload of wins, and I think there was one loss on NZDUSD. So deep in profit. Just the trades I've shared in the last 2 weeks, there's enough for anyone to pass their FTMOs or whatever they're trying to do, maybe just learn from. So what I'd be looking for here, guys, is another push down into 0.72 like this, and then a move higher as long as we can see. What I'd be looking for is when price pulls down, I'd be looking for price to come down and give some price action sort of like this, like pin bars, bullish engulfings, but off this level, off this 0.72 key price level. So this would be really clean setup. So if price comes down, form some pin bars like the 30-minute, the 1 hour, the 2 hour, or maybe the 15-minute. I would try and wait for a few, maybe some patterns. You guys know what to look for. Then from there, you can look for a buy. So an easy buy setup, assuming we get the price action. Of course, this is all on the assumption that the price action occurs. You look for something like this, like a 15 to 20 pip stop loss. Let's just go 20. All right, and your first target being 0.728, which is a nice 3.9, almost a 4. And then if it can break that level, you're looking around 0.73200, which again gives you a 5.5. And if you break that level, you're looking around 0.73. I think 735 is the next key level. 0.738 would be the sort of region I'd be looking at. So, I mean, if we do get a big breakout on the dollar further down, then we'll see pairs like AUD, NZD push up higher, AUD, USD, and NZD, USD. So watch for that. Now, if price breaks below, I'll update. If price doesn't respect structure, we start seeing, price sort of start closing below 0.719 and moving lower, then we'll update and we'll flip our bias to more of a sell approach. But right now, just because price is above 0.72, we're just waiting on a bit more price action. And for the setup, we can look for a nice buy from this level. If I am monitoring it at the time, I do my best to monitor it. I do have, all my students, and I'm giving them trade setups and entries and videos and things like that every day. So most of my time is spent on our pairs. But if I do watch this actively I'm going to do my best to watch this actively this week for you guys to give you some setups. As quite a few of you made some money in the last 2 weeks. So amazing work. CADJPY, right now it's stuck between 90 sort of 700 and 91 sort of 8. So because it's in a range, let's just actually, before I get into that, let's have a look at the weekly. So we're at this 91.8, 92 level. We're very bullish. That's the thing. It's very bullish. We're really struggling to stay above 91.8 though. That's the thing. All right. So what my sort of game plan would be looking at this is if I'm looking at this right now, I'm viewing this as more of a fake out below structure here. I'm sorry, fake out above structure into 92, close back below, and now we're coming back up to retest this 91 sort of 8 region. If this can push up into here and give some nice exhaustion, I'd be looking to trade this back down to 9,800. And my focus right now would be to continue trading the range until the range has a breakout. Okay, because if you look left, I mean, this is pretty respected, pretty well respected, and it is a range. So we have tap one, fake out, tap two, tap two. So we're looking for price to kind of come down and give us, you know, tap 3 and then maybe tap 3. So that's what I'd be looking for. So entry wise, what I'd be looking for on this, let's have a look, is if I go to the 1 hour, if I was to get price to push back up here on the 1 hour and give us a nice bearish pressure, some nice bearish exhaustion, some wicks, bearish engulfings, spinning tops, things like that, wicks to the upside, then I'd be looking for a sell from there. So again, that sort of setup, which obviously still needs more price action. It may not even occur. You have to remember that. This is right now, this is just a sort of an analysis outlook. But if we do get that setup, which again, you'd be looking for price action similar to this, like literally just another push up into structure to give you something like this, but over here. I'd be looking for that. That'd be, again, an easy 1 to 5. So just between those two setups, you could possibly, again, this is just possibly be looking at, 10% between those two. But again, if we get the price action, I'll do my best to monitor for you guys to maybe get an entry and share the entry with you. Right now, I do favor more of an upside move on USD CAD this week for a bit of a correction, which means based on correlations, this should move lower. But if we were to start closing back above, then we can flip our bias to more of a buy setup. But I'll update you guys throughout the week in the Discord on what we're sort of looking for on our pairs. NZDUSD. So last 2 weeks, we took a buy from down here, reached around 135 pips, a 1 to 9 almost, a 1 to 8. By the time you would have really closed it and taken partials, you would have really got about 1 to 6, 1 to 7, which is still a fucking insane profit for a free channel. And then plus this one here, which I gave out this entry down here, which reached around a 1 to 6. By the time you sort of closed profit, you would have got around a 1 to 5. So just between those two, you would have got around 11%. Like, guys, that's your FT mode done on a free channel. So right there. And then we took a buy here, which I gave the setup here along with AUD/USD. I said only trade one just in case. And this literally just kind of fell through. So 2 wins. Plus, 2 wins over there. So that's 4 wins or 3 or 4 wins total and 1 loss here. So very, very clean price action. Remember, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. It is what it is. Coming into this week, I'm actually favoring more upside. Again, looking at dollar, maybe have a continuation lower, which should send pairs like this and AUD/USD higher. Very, very interested to see this push up from here. Like this exact setup is what you really be looking for in AUD/USD. If you can get some nice pin bars, bullish engulfings off this 0.6, what is this, 67900 region, 67800 region, some pin bars right here, bullish engulfings, I'd be in this trade. So what I would be looking for, it needs a bit more, okay, but if you can get some bullish engulfings, pin bars, things like that, you'd be looking for like a trade setup, sort of like this, let's say 15 pips, pretty good stop loss. First target being obviously here, which it's a 1 to 4, but you'd be really thinking it's going to break out to the upside. I'd be targeting 0.688 region, and then longer term, our overall target 2, which is 0.69200, which I've been talking about now for about 3 weeks. We're just waiting on the move. So that right there, if you get this set up right here, that's a 1 to 8.8 almost, give or take, depending on your entry and stop loss. So right now, these 2 pairs, AU and NU, are really, really clean, lining up very nicely. Both need a bit more price action, but lining up. Keep in mind, this may not play through. We might see a big bearish move through. In that case, we just flip our bias to more of a sell approach, which I'll update you guys on tomorrow when I check if there's any entries or any change in the market on these pairs. Last one is gold. So the sell here from last week, which I shared, playing out really nice. What I'm sort of looking for now, let me have a look. I don't really trade gold, to be honest. I haven't traded gold in a long time. It's very, very easy to trade. I just don't like it. I trade about 5 pairs that I've been trading now since I first started. I've just really kind of, I guess you could say, grow an attachment to them, and I just really understand how they move, so I just don't like changing it up. But gold is very, very easy. Respects numbers really, really well. Respects zones very, very well. What I'd be looking for, let me go back to daily actually. So this 1828 level is obviously very significant. This could be a daily double top here. I'm just not really seeing the price action yet to sort of indicate it. What I'd be looking for, okay, so generally what my approach is when price is floating between zones, you just leave it alone. Okay, you wait for price to push into the next zone, being either here or here, and then from there you would watch for either buys or sells. So that would be my advice right now. Is right now it is floating. I would favor, honestly, this sort of setup. A pull back down, give you like a little clean double bottom, and then maybe a buy back up into here, and then from here you can adjust. Maybe it'll break higher, maybe it'll break lower. That is sort of what I'm favoring. But again, if let's say price doesn't push down, let's say price pushes up, then you'd be looking for the sell. But right now, kind of hard to say on gold because it is floating. It's very sideways kind of overall. Just looking at this, like you can tell we're not really bullish. Like we're like overall, yes, we're moving in a slight uptrend, but like we're not making significant highs. We're really just sort of moving between these two price points of, what is this, 1790 and 1825, 1828. So you know, the way I view this is we're very much in a range like this. So I would continue to sort of trade the range, as I always say. So if price does push up, I'd definitely be favoring the sell. If it does push down, look for the buy up into here. And then if, as I said, with other pairs, if we get more significant price action on this throughout the week, I will update you guys. That's it for now, guys. Remember, if you guys want to be a part of the mentorship program, I'll put the link in the channel for you guys. I appreciate all the messages. I say that every time, but I get swamped with messages. There's like 500 of you in there now. So I get a lot of messages, so I'm very, very appreciative of it. I'm glad, you know, this can help. If you guys want to be part of the mentorship program where I share the entries, share the breakdowns, share the analysis, take profits, everything is shared. That way, you know, you guys will learn. It's more of a signal with a focus on education, as that's most important. If you guys need part of that, you can join through the website or just shoot me a message that I can help you out. Otherwise, the advanced course is also live now as well, which again, it teaches you from the absolute ground up. It's designed for all experience levels, beginner through advanced, to give you everything you need to know of how to trade properly in the most simple way there is, which is with my 4-hour confirmation method, which is what I developed using numbers, pricing, zones, everything I've learned from my years of trading, and then I put my own confirmation method on there, which no one else uses, no one other trader uses. It's something I made up, you know, again through my years of experience. I think trading should be easy. I think it should be simple, and that's how I want it to be. That's it for now, guys. Have a great week. I will update you guys if and when we get more price action. Until then, keep your risk management in check, and I'll chat to you guys soon.